Hi, my name is Tim, and I want to live forever. I'll tell you why. Ever since I was a little kid, I loved science, fantasy, the future, space, all that kind of stuff. And as I grew up, it expanded with technology, our technology. As I understood where humanity was going, and it came into the modern age, I totally got into everything, computers, iPhones, everything. And as I got older, instead of becoming that person who doesn't understand modern technology, I embraced it. And I wanted more. And I'm like a little kid when it comes to this stuff. I want to know what's coming next. I enjoy knowing or wanting to know what the next newest thing is. And I understand all the caveats that go with it, and what's happening now with AI and how it's going to change our future and all that kind of stuff. But I have positive beliefs in where humanity is going, in spite of the fact that to some people it's a negative thing. I believe it's a positive thing, and I'm going to explain why. Not why, I'm going to explain my beliefs. You might not think they're positive, but I think they are where we are meant to go in the direction that we are heading. If we go in this direction, we might not be going in this direction. I'll explain. I'm sorry, that was a little convoluted. At the present rate, I've jumped the gun now. I'm at the future now. We're talking now. At the present rate that we're heading, it looks like we're probably more than likely going to create an artificial intelligence very soon. And everybody's scared, or most people are scared. I don't know the actual facts, but you hear in the news, and the news, I don't necessarily follow the news, and I don't really, because I don't believe that the news is telling the truth most of the time. Everybody's out on their own agenda, out for their own agenda. They want to tell their story, and now everything's sensationalized. So I don't follow things that way. I look at things, I evaluate them on my own terms, take it with a grain of salt, make up my own opinions, and that's how I deal with stuff as far as what I see online and on the news. But technology looks like it's going in that direction. AI might be sentient AI soon. People are scared. They think that it's going to take over the world. Who knows what's going to happen? I think it's our next evolution. I think just like man evolved from a Neanderthal to Homo sapiens, I believe that was an evolutionary step, yes. And now they know for a fact that Neanderthals and Homo sapiens were alive on the same time period. They coexisted. But Homo sapiens took over. They were the dominant species, and Neanderthals became extinct. That quite possibly could happen to us. We're humans. We have evolved to the point where we reached our plateau, we create an artificial intelligence, and one of two things are going to happen. Either that artificial intelligence and us are going to combine and become a new species, or the artificial intelligence is going to take over, and that is our next evolution. One or the other. Either we combine and become the next, or it takes us over and becomes the next. Either way, that is, I believe, the next evolution of man. Regardless of how you look at it, anything, I believe anything that man does, in a sense, is the natural order of things. We came from this universe. We are part of this universe. We're part of this earth. Even if we were, whatever you believe, you could be I don't believe this, but you could be some person who believes that the human race was seeded by aliens from another galaxy or something. I don't know. I'm making this up off the top of my head. Even that is part of this universe. If you look at everything as a whole, as oneness, okay? So whatever happens, it's the natural order of things. Even though man makes up artificial things and all that, it's the way things are. I don't know why people get all upset. Well, it's artificial this and artificial that, and that's fake this. No. It's just how it's meant to be. We're not creating things that aren't natural. Yes, they're not natural as in they're not part of the natural earth, maybe, but they're still created. It's still part of the whole universal thing. If you understand what I'm trying to say, that's how I see it. So whatever comes of it all, even if we end up destroying ourselves, that's how it was meant to be. If you look at the history of the world, the earth, things got wiped out all the time. And the earth comes back. And what makes us think that we're so arrogant that, well, we can control it, probably. That's the difference. We have the ability to probably prevent ourselves from getting wiped out if we, create the technology to figure out a way to not get wiped out. Apparently, we're causing some sort of global warming, so that means we can manipulate the environment. Could we do things in a positive way? Could we actually figure out positive things, making things better? Getting everybody to cooperate, that's an impossible thing. But, can you imagine if everybody sat down and said, okay, now let's fix the environment. Let's make things better. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's put all our resources into feeding everybody and doing all these great things. That would be great. That'd be like a utopia. But everybody says there's no possible way that we could be a utopia because it's just not in our nature. But that's another story. But what I'm talking about is assuming man doesn't all of a sudden get wiped out by like a meteor or a comet or something, and we continue on, I believe that AI is our next evolution. And it's going to happen sooner rather than later. And I'd like to see what's going to happen in this near future, in actually my lifetime. What kind of advances will there be? Will there be the ability to digitally upload yourself? Would you do it if you could? Would I do it? I want to live forever. Not because I want to live forever. It's not, I have this desire to not die. I'm not afraid of death. I'm not. It's the desire to know what's going to happen in the future. Good or bad. I'll take it good or bad. Because if it's bad, something bad will probably happen and I'll just kick the bucket. I'm not afraid. But I want to continue that as long as I possibly can to see what the latest and the greatest is. both in humanity and technology and science and all that. Mathematics, I love all that stuff. I love seeing it all. I enjoy hearing about the latest advancements in science, the latest adventures that the James Webb Telescope discovers. I like to read about the latest advancements in medicine, only because I've been an example of that. I've had open heart surgery, and they saved my life. I had a bad ticker from birth, but it didn't bother me until I was 53. I had a blood infection, and it attacked my heart, caused it to attack a bad valve that I had from birth, and they had to cut me open and fix everything. I have an artificial valve now in my heart. But that was technology that fixed me, and they did a fantastic job, and I'm better than I ever was. So, I'm fascinated by medicine as well. When I was diagnosed with severe depression and anxiety and ADHD, and I had a nervous breakdown, I went to therapy to supposedly go the therapy route, but in my case, they went the medication route. And a lot of people don't like that. They don't like to be medicated. And I don't blame them. I didn't. I was not a medicated person for my whole life. I never took medications. Never even took aspirins. I just didn't need them. Never got headaches or anything like that. I was always very healthy, even with my bad heart. But all of a sudden, I'm on all these drugs. Drugs for my heart, drugs for my head. I had migraines. I have a beta blocker that I have to take all the time because of my heart. And then all of a sudden the ADD medication and all these things. But they make sense for me. They work great. As a cocktail of pills that I take, I think they make me, I wish I had my drink, I don't. They make me what I call normal. It's just a right place to be for the whole day that I can function normally. They don't change my personality at all. At least I don't think so. My friends haven't said anything in all the years that I've been taking them. They haven't said, "Tim, you're a different person now." Matter of fact, they probably like me better because I can communicate better. Whereas before, I was very scatterbrained and all over the place. So yeah, that's kind of my story, and then that's what I wanted to talk about today. Wanting to live forever. I feel in a positive way. Like, I don't want to be a vampire or something stupid like that. I just want to be like a man of knowledge. Like, I would take a job as a librarian of sorts, but I'd be in a data center, a computer center, where they would have vast amounts of knowledge, old knowledge, because I can remember the past really well. I don't do so well with remembering the future. I mean, the moment, even though I'm always in the moment. I believe in being in the moment, but I love the past in the sense of storytelling. I guess you learn lessons from that. But but I'm always in the future. But to tell people, like, this is that, this happened, that happened, things like that. That's what I would do. I would be an ambassador of the past or something like that. Because they say you should always remember your past to learn lessons from it or something like that. And that's it. I think that's all I really have to say about that desire to live forever. If I have more video for you guys, I'll post it. So I'm not going to sign off. I'm going to leave this open for more content because it's still early today. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. I just had a thought. So all this futuristic longevity talk, how does it tie into the hoarding? maybe they're two separate things. Yeah, I think they're two separate things. I think my issues with hoarding are unrelated to not my beliefs. Is it my beliefs or my desires or my want to live forever, because that's tied into my belief in what everything's all about, I think. I believe that in a nutshell, the universe is God, somewhat, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what is going on. Something we can't understand. Maybe even bigger than that. Maybe even bigger than the universe. I'm a very science-oriented guy, and I know a lot about it. I study a lot about what's going on in the universe and the theories, and there's all kinds of theories out there, or I don't even know if they're theories anymore, on the multi-universe, on string theories, on all this stuff that makes up the universe. They're saying now that, was it James Webb, sees into hold on a second, I'm turning something off. There we go. My apologies. Sees into other dimensions or something like that. I don't know. Some science I read about. That's just far-fetched stuff, but we don't know about that stuff. But if it's true and there are other universes out there, that tells us a lot about our universe, somewhat. And these things we might discover in the future as we learn more and more and more and more about things. And that's kind of why I don't want to kick the bucket, because I want to know these things. I don't know if I'm entitled to. See, that's the other thing. We as humans are here for a limited amount of time, and there's a reason for that. Some of us live longer than others. Naturally, and through science now, we live longer. Again, as time goes on, we seem to live longer and longer and longer. So who's to say that we don't figure out a way to prolong our lives or even become immortal? That's not unnatural to me. That's just things we figured out as humans. And humans, to me, are a natural part of the universe. And whatever they do is just what they do. It's not unnatural. It's just humans. Just like creatures of nature do things. Yes, it's natural, but I guarantee you, if a gorilla or a monkey started doing something with making fire on its own, would it be considered unnatural? No. I mean, it's natural to make a fire. I mean, you understand what I'm trying to get to? It's no different than them evolving. We evolve to the point where we create things that seem unnatural, but they are still part of the natural order of things. Yeah, I'm on that tangent. I'm on that soapbox, and I'm going to get off of it right now. But I want to get back to what I said in the beginning, why I started this second part of the video. And I forgot it, because I went on a tangent. I remembered now. It's why they're related to hoarding. And we said they're not. Listen to me, we. What am I, the royal we? I said it's not related to hoarding. Yeah, so, yeah, the hoarding is something completely different than my belief system. And we've already talked about my hoarding. why I am a hoarder. I'm cleaning up now, though, and I feel that I'm not attached to anything other than my statues and my movie props, and some other minor things. But the majority of the stuff that's in this house, if I could magically snap my fingers and make it all go away, I would do that. I don't have this, oh my God, I don't want this to go. I don't want that to go. I don't want that to go. It's like I'm over it immediately. I mean, quickly. It wasn't like I reached that point in my hoarding career where I'm done. I'm over it. I'm ready to purge. But I'm not 100% fixed. I still have a hard time making decisions. I still need to learn to organize. And that's where that professional organizer is going to come in at the end. But as far as the hoarding goes, like now, when I have trash, new trash, it goes right into a trash can. It doesn't just get thrown on a pile somewhere. To me, that's good. For me, that's good. I'm cleaning up after myself. And I'm cleaning up old stuff. Yeah. So do you think the guy out there, meaning the company, the guy, whoever has the ability to, in the near future, to prolong human life, would just haphazardly pick random people to volunteer or something for that? Because see, I'm nobody special. That's the problem with things like that when they happen. Only the special people or rich people, I guess, I don't know. That seems to be the way, who get to, or the government, because they're going to use it for some military purpose. And then eventually it trickles down to the average person. But I don't know. Longevity, would they eventually give that to everybody? I don't think so. They don't want overpopulation. What would happen if we discovered longevity? So it's a pipe dream. But it's just a dream. All right, I'm going to do something crazy now. This is my cleaning rag, and I'm going to clean your eyeball. Ready? Okay. So it's just wishful thinking. So I need to keep my feet firmly on the ground, stay healthy, clean up my mess, but I'm still going to keep my head in the clouds. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as I pay my taxes and, feed my dog, pet him, walk him, I love him, I'm fine. I'm not that old. I got plenty of years left. I have longevity in my family. So yeah, there you go. All right. That's all I have to say. I say that all the time. That's all I have to say. Remember, I love you. Be safe, and I'll see you later.